All right, well, Aliyah Boston, thank you so much for making the long trek to WTHR here, downtown Indianapolis, going into year 3 for you here in the WNBA. Kind of crazy. Is that crazy?
It's kind of crazy to think how fast time is going. I was actually just saying that. Like, I can't believe this is my 3rd year.
Yeah. Well, how was the offseason for you? There's a lot going on with the team, a lot going on with the WNBA, women's sports in general. How was the offseason for you?
Offseason was great. I was able to participate in Unrivaled, so I was super excited about that. And kind of just looking at our team in general, all the changes we made. It has been a lot. It's been super fast, but I think they've all just been super exciting moves for us, and I'm excited to get the season started because I think we have so much talent.
Yeah, you mentioned it right there. It felt like there was 1 week, maybe a month, maybe more ago that it was just like bang, bang, bang. Someone else new coming to the team via trade, via free agency. All really valuable pieces. Winning experience with those additions as well. What do you make of the newcomers on this team and how everyone will gel together after such a promising year last year for you guys?
I think when you look at who we've brought in and who is still here, I think what really helps us and excites us the most is that we win. We win a lot. Coming from winning programs just in general, and being able to put this together, I think it's going to be super exciting. Like, every time we get on the court and we're practicing or if we're playing pickup, we're like, I can't wait to get the season started. Like, we are going to just play so well. And I think just being able to have so many different options on the floor, anyone coming off the bench, just being ready to be that heavy hitter and make an impact.
Yeah, deep team, right?
Yes.
Too, it feels like no lineup. There's no drop off with you guys.
Exactly.
So also part of the newness of this season, and it feels like it's kind of hitting a crescendo, right, as we are only a month away. But head coach Stephanie White, new to town, not really new to town, new maybe for you, but what has that relationship been like in kind of the Stephanie White regime here going forward?
It's been great. I think Steph has just done a great job ever since she got the job of just communicating. I remember within the first few weeks that she had the job, we were watching film about how she wanted me to be able to play, what she thinks of the team, what she wants our goal to be once the season starts, where we want to end. And I think for me that's super important because even though it feels like I've been in the league for quite some time, this is only my 3rd year, and being able to learn from a coach that you've been able to see, especially being able to play against her and seeing the way that she coaches, the way that she makes adjustments, is super exciting for me because I feel like, listen, we're on this side now. We know exactly what's to come with her, and I think that's the most exciting part.
Right. You talked about going against her in the probably most important series of your career, right, in the first round last season. What did you take away from going up against her? That maybe you're like, oh, great, she's on my side now, and we can use this to our advantage.
Yeah, when we played against Connecticut, Steph, her adjustments, the way she started off the game, I remember there were times where we were playing, and I was like, did they mean to do this? And then you come back again the second possession, and they really did mean to do that. And it's something that we didn't think about, and coming in, it's like, okay, well, now we have to adjust. When for her, it's like, we've already played you guys 3-4 times, now we're going to the playoffs, and they still bring something new to the table. So to be on that side, it's super exciting because I think, once again, we have so much talent on our squad. We're going to be going up against all these teams that in the offseason also made adjustments, also have just great, talented, flat-out hoopers. So it's like, okay, now we come out, we have to be ready to compete, but we also know that, listen, if things aren't going our way, then we have a coach at the helm who knows how to adjust.
Right, okay, so you mentioned there's so much talent on this team, and there's so much excitement revolving around this, the new additions, the core, you, Caitlin, Kelsey, getting Kelsey back, that's obviously huge for this group. What is it, you kind of were the hunters last year. You were young, you were exciting, and really ended the season on a high note. Do you feel that transition, or is it too early to say that you're maybe the hunted at this point? Is there still a lot to prove with this group? What's the goal going in? What do you want to see, the expectations, everything like that, with all the talent that you keep mentioning? For
us, I think our expectations to win.
Yeah.
That is it, flat out. I think every single time we play, every time we step on the floor, people are going to want to beat the Fever. And I know last year it didn't start off that way for us, but as you said, halfway through the season, that switch was flipped. And it was like you didn't want to see us on your schedule. And I think we're going to take that momentum going in. We have Kelsey, Kaylin, and I, and Lexi and Dee that's all coming back. And it's like, listen, we know exactly what it felt like to be in that position where we didn't start off good, but then that switch flipped. And now it's like, okay, no one wants to see us. And I think now, looking at who we have on the schedule, it's kind of going to be the same thing where everyone's going to come out and know that it's not just going to be a cakewalk. It's not just going to be anything where they just don't have to prepare in a sense, but it's going to be like, okay, we know they have killers from every angle, and so how do we stop that?
Right. Okay, so year 3 for you, and you mentioned it feels like I don't know which it feels like. You've been in the league for a while, or it's still only just 3 years, right? You've been a star. You've really had success in your young career. Where have you seen the most growth going into year 3? Do the off seasons get more valuable as you go forward in your career? Like on and off the court, where have you experienced the most growth headed into the season?
I definitely think mentally, I've experienced the most growth. Being able to play in Unrivaled, I think, has just boosted my confidence a little bit. Not really second guessing myself on shots that I know I can make, and just being confident and knowing like it's okay if you miss one, you can still take the next one with the same level of confidence. And so that's kind of my mindset going into the season, is just continue to be confident and trust my game because of the work and effort that I put into it.
All right, so 2-time All-Star for you, Rookie of the Year. You have the accolades. And this year, the All-Star game is here in Indianapolis, which is very exciting for everybody here in this state. And I remember last year going to Phoenix, I was going into it with high expectations because of the momentum of women's sports, primarily the WNBA, but it exceeded them. The competitive level, just the overall experience of that Phoenix, but now it's going to be here. How excited are you that it's going to be here? And I have no problem saying there's probably going to be a few Fever players involved in that. But just with the momentum of not only the WNBA at large, but the All-Star game, I feel like so many eyes were on it last season.
I think it's going to be, the energy is going to be so much higher because it's an Indy. Right. I feel like I say this every time about the fans that support women's basketball, that support sports in general, the attention that the Fever has been getting. I think no one wants to pass up a chance to see all the best athletes playing against each other in the same place. Sometimes it's hard for other people to be able to travel and catch other games of their favorite players, but to have it right here in your backyard, I think it's going to be truly amazing.
All right, last thing I have for it, I've mentioned it a couple times, but the momentum of women's sports, it's hard to ignore, and it's awesome to see, and it feels like it really made a jump last season. How excited are you for the Fever just this season and as far as your team is concerned, but just to carry that momentum forward as people continue to realize how high level women's basketball is, women's sports are, and just the excitement around this season and the WNBA in general?
Yeah, we're going to ride the momentum. We're going to ride the wave. I think there's no way you don't. There's so much eyes, there's so much energy, there's so much attention. It's like every time you step on that floor, you want to play your best because there's so many people watching. And it's not just for you. It's for the little kids that continue to dream of being where you are and be like, oh my gosh, they're my favorite players. And the fans that continue to watch, it's like you want to continue to show them, like, listen, we come out here, we compete not just for ourselves, but for you guys, because you guys pour so much attention, so much love on this Fever squad, and so we just have to be ready to compete every single night.
I love it. Well, we're certainly excited to see the Indiana Fever 2025. Training camp's coming up soon. The season's starting before you know it, and away we go. So thank you so much for making some time and coming to WTHR. That's Aliyah Boston. I'm Dominic Miranda. You can catch this on WTHR+.